Alright, so this is a game I played earlier today where I'm playing Ahri versus Orianna. Ahri's a pretty weak early laner because her Q doesn't have very high base damages, and it's really hard for her to hit her charm in lane phase because the minions will typically block it. So my goal here is to just scale up, get as much CS as I can, and try and hit level 6, and then I can make plays with my ulti. We're laning against Orianna. Orianna is typically a really strong laner. She has a low cooldown Q ability, which allows her to continuously poke her opponent out. And she also has magic damage on her auto attacks. So it's really hard for you to out trade an Orianna. So my goal is to avoid trades with her and really just try and shove the wave in. When laning as Ahri, you want to make sure that you're casting your Q in a way that it will hit both the enemy minions and the enemy laner. This allows you to keep the lane shoved while also chunking out your opponent and putting them under pressure. If your opponent starts to stand outside of the minion wave so that you can't hit both the minions and them with your Q, then you can start to look for charms and then combo your charm into your Q and your W to get a huge chunk on your opponent. I think this game's interesting to look at because the Orianna, I don't think she plays it as well as she could have, and you can see how that allows me to actually take over the game. She doesn't pressure me early and doesn't build a lead in the levels 1 through 6 like she should be when I'm at my weakest. So you can see when the minion waves meet, I'm continuously auto attacking to try and get the shove off, to try and get my minions pushing into her. That way it's harder for her to trade into me. She'll take minion aggro if she starts auto attacking me, and it just takes a lot of the pressure off me. Also, the enemy jungler is a Nocturne who doesn't have really great gank potential early, so I'm okay with shoving this wave in here and being a little bit forward in the lane. You can see the Orianna maybe isn't attacking the minions as much as she should be and is missing a lot of her Qs. She's only hit me with one so far, so I'm not feeling pressured at all. She's playing really passively, but I'm a little bit worried. I don't know. I haven't seen Nocturne in a while, and I don't know where he is. So I'm scared of being this far up now. And you can see on the minimap, actually, he's in the bot side river, and I don't have that vision when I'm playing. So I'm scared he could come mid right now, anytime. I'm kind of starting to cheat back a little bit in the lane. You can see how far back I'm playing. And I'm just waiting for the red minions to push back to my side of the lane. I think this is a good example. This whole time that the minion wave's actually been on Orianna's side of the lane, I think she's done a really poor job of pressuring me. Orianna's Q is actually longer range than Ahri's Q, which means she should be able to harass me for free. If I miss my Q or miss my E, I think she can just walk at me there and trade really aggressively. So she doesn't really have anything to be scared of. My jungler is an Olaf who doesn't have a lot of hard CC, and she's really close to her own tower, so he can't really like run her down with his axe slows. This whole time that I was up here trying to CS, she does a little bit of zoning and she steps up a little bit and tries to Q me. But Orianna should really be putting down a lot more pressure than she is here. You can see she's letting me walk up and auto attack these minions and isn't even using her Q. Here she finally walks up and baits me into using my charm and Q. And in this time frame, she actually, now that I have no charm, she could try and harass me some more. When Ahri doesn't have charm up, it's really easy to just walk at her and zone her off a farm. But my Olaf is around and her jungler's not there, so she might be feeling a little scared of pushing up too far in the lane. Now she sees Olaf in her jungle. This is a big mistake by my jungler, and it's something that junglers need to take in consideration. Also, it's good for mid laners to be thinking about. I didn't know he was going to go for an invade. I'm not sure why he did. If he had told me that he was going to try and invade, I would have tried to shove this wave out faster and used my abilities so I could get mid prio and actually rotate to help him. Where the wave is right now, it's hard for me to actually help him out. So Orianna immediately collapses on him and he dies. We've made it to level 4 at this point, and I'm still not feeling too pressured in this lane. CS is fairly even, and I'm just waiting for level 6 right now. Typically before level 6 on Ahri, you want to avoid trading into Orianna. This is because she outranges you, and you don't have your ultimate yet, so you don't have a ton of kill threat on her. Instead of trading with Ori, you should focus on shoving the wave with your Q and keeping her under tower. It'll cost Orianna a lot more mana to clear waves than it costs you, and once she runs out of mana, then you can start to pressure her off the wave and actually look to go a little bit more aggressive. So this is actually perfect for me where the wave is right now. I kind of want to just keep it here. It makes it so Orianna can't really step up and pressure me because she has to be scared of Olaf ganks. This is a really nice place to actually try and freeze the wave. And you can see she actually stepped up too far, and now my Olaf is predatoring and is trying to, he was trying to gank her, but she's able to actually get out in time. I'm starting to stack up gold now, and I want to get a recall off soon. I think I should have recalled before, or as soon as I killed the last red minion on that wave, but I'm actually saving up for Lost Chapter right now. So Lost Chapter is a really big item spike, and it's something you need to consider when you're thinking about back timings, is how much gold do you have and what are you going to buy when you recall. So right now in the game, I think I have like 1100 gold, just under enough for Lost Chapter. So I stick around a little bit longer and clear out a couple more waves so I can actually recall and get that item spike before I go back. I think this is the wave that finally gives me enough for Lost Chapter. The Orianna seems to know I want to recall, and she's trying to stop me from recalling, trying to stop me from pushing out the wave, but I do get it pushed out and I get a decent recall here. During lane phase, you should be thinking about when you want to back all the time. This is dependent on 3 factors: your health, your mana, and your gold. If you're low on health, you probably want to recall because you're in danger of dying to the enemy laner or the enemy jungler. If you're low on mana, you want to recall because you're not going to be useful to your team if a fight breaks out, and you're not going to be able to pressure your lane at all. If you're low on gold, you want to try and stay in lane so that you can farm up and actually get an item when you recall, but you don't want to stick around with too much gold because then you're sitting on a lot of power that could be converted into AP or items, and you're not going to be as strong if a fight does happen. So I'm able to buy Lost Chapter and a Control Ward, which is a perfect buy. Now I'm level 6 as well, so I can start to look to pressure Orianna some more, or look to pressure around the map. So looking bot lane for roams or top lane. When you realize that you need to recall, you want to do it the wave before a cannon wave comes. This is because if you recall and the enemy laner decides to stay and shove out the next wave, it'll have a cannon minion in it, so it'll take longer for them to shove. And then if they do shove it in, the enemy cannon minion will tank a lot of tower shots so that you'll have extra time to get back to lane and you won't miss as much XP or gold. It's kind of hard for me to ever pressure Orianna one-on-one right now because she does have Nocturne on her team. Unless I have Vision of Nocturne in another lane, if I go aggressive on Orianna, he could come and ulti, and then I'd be caught out. So I kind of have to play safe in this 1v1 unless my Olaf is coming to gank. And so my goal here is to just shove the waves in, gain lane priority, and then look to make plays around the map. Right here, the Orianna does a really good job. The Ori comes back, and this is what she should have been doing the whole game. When I step up the CS here, she Qs me. She hits me with the QW and then the E on the way back. And she's just continually Qing me when I walk up for CS. And it actually catches me off guard here because she hadn't been doing it the whole early game. So she chunks me out to below half HP. I have to pop a health potion. And then I decide to start playing a little farther back. If you're losing lane as Ahri versus Orianna, you should just try to play passively and collect as much farm as you can. If Orianna is playing really aggressively, you should be able to call your jungler over to your lane, and with your ulti you can get on top of Orianna, and with the help of your jungler's damage, you should be able to secure a kill on her. Now that I have blue buff, it's really easy for me to actually pressure this lane. I can use Q every time it's up, and I'm not going to run out of mana. So I have guaranteed lane pressure. We have really good river vision in the bot side, so I have a control word here. I think this is Olaf's control word, and then we have a control word down here, vision here. So I'm definitely looking to roam down through the river, maybe check these 2 bushes for vision, and then once I know they don't have vision here, I can look to maybe dive bot lane. So you see here I'm walking down, placing another ward there so I can see if Ori's rotating, and checking these bushes for control wards. Olaf's looking for a play bot, and then I see Nocturne ult go off. So I try and shove this wave out as fast as I can, and then start to move to where the fight's happening. Our Soraka dies, but their Nocturne dies. And I see how low the enemy bot lane is, so I go for a dive with my ulti. Here I think we can still win this. The Tristana is really low, and Orianna just used Flash and Cleanse. And I still have Ignite and Flash up. So I'm looking for some kind of play here. I go for the flash charm on Trist and it lands. Even though she rocket jumps, the charm connects before she gets it off. Sivir's able to chunk out the Orianna. Unfortunately, she gets away. We can talk a little bit about the charm flash I pulled off down here. So if you're looking for a charm on a target, but they're out of charm range and you don't have your ulti, or you want to do it faster than an ult charm, because the ult charm is a little bit slow. You have to wait for the ult to complete and then you cast the charm. In this case, I didn't have ulti and Tristana was staying outside of charm range for me. So I walk up to the minions, and another thing that's going on here, low elo players might not expect it. The Tristana obviously expected it here. But there are minions in between me and Trist, so her guard might be like dropped a little bit. She might not be expecting a charm to come out just because she would think it would hit the minions. So the trick here is you cast your E in a direction. So I'm pressing E right here, and then as I flash, it changes where your charm comes from. Like if you're trying to make a charm go around a minion, you can E here and then flash this way, and the charm will come out immediately after you flash from this direction. In this case, I go for the E and I just flash over the minions. So E flash, and it comes out instantly. So it's able to catch her before she rocket jumps away, and we secure the kill. As Ahri, you should always be looking to roam. Her ulti makes her really mobile, and she has a lot of damage in her kit that makes it easy to secure kills in other lanes. In this game, I focused a lot on bot lane because there's already a lot of action going on down there, and we had complete vision control in the river. So it was easy for me to move through there and surprise the enemy bot lane. I think we stick around here a little bit too long. 2 plates and back off. I think it's fine. Should definitely back off now, but then I go back up. I'm getting baited here. The Orianna is really low HP, and I want this kill really badly, even though it's pretty obviously a bait, but I fall for it. So I step up, I'm trying to find a charm. Nami shows up and I instantly try and chunk her out. Try to go for the ignite kill on Ori, but not even close to enough damage, so I fell for the bait. Should not have fallen for it. I'm still pretty strong though. I got 2 kills bot lane, but I don't have flash or ignite right now. So I'm not looking for solo kills again. I'm just looking to use my ulti around the map. Bot lane gets double killed, so can't go there anymore. I tried to clean up the Nocturne kill, maybe, because he was a little low and overextending, but he backed off just in time. So at this point in the game, I talked about it earlier, our bot lane river vision. It's pretty solid right now. I still have my control ward here, and Olaf still has his here. But we just want to make sure we're maintaining control of the river so I can continue to pressure bot lane. We still have a control ward here, so pretty decent vision. But it's something that people don't realize the impact of it. For us right now, we can see like everyone moving through here. We see Nami behind us, and she thinks she's sneaking up on us. But even though we get caught by the bubble, which we shouldn't have, we immediately turn. We know she has no backup because we see everyone on the map. And we're actually able to get the kill, and then I'm able to land the charm through the minions, and we actually get a double kill there. But on champs like Ahri, where you can't necessarily solo kill your opponent, so like Orianna is kind of hard to solo kill. She has cleanse, she can play really far back, and she has Nocturne in her back pocket, so it's hard for me to 1v1 her when Nocturne ult can come in and kill me at any time. It's really important to focus on vision in the river, and I should have picked up a sweeper at this point so that I could actually sweep out the river when I'm looking for roams. That way my roams are more effective and I'm actually able to get stuff done, because if I'm not able to pressure the Orianna, I want to be able to do something else around the map. So here you can see I walked over the pink ward in the bot side of mid, over that pink ward on the back side of red, and now I'm down behind their bot lane, and they didn't see me that whole way coming. So I'm able to catch them off guard, and we get both the kills. My ult's up here and Olaf's here, so we decided to go for the 2v2. I lost vision there because of Nocturne's ult, so I couldn't tell what was going on, but we ended up winning it. It's a pretty easy 2v2 because we're both pretty strong. I still haven't picked up a sweeper, which I think is a big misplay on my part. On Ahri, especially when I'm starting to get strong like this, I'm 4-1 and 3. I think it's really important to pick up a sweeper so you can start to sweep the enemy jungle and look for picks. It's something you'll see me do later on. After my next recall, I think I finally pick one up, and you can see how big of an impact it actually has on the game. With this mid tier 1 tower being down, it's really easy for me to just walk in here and sweep this out, and then I can sit in the enemy jungle, and if Nocturne comes for camps, I can pick him, or if Ori steps up for farm or anyone steps up for mid farm, I can jump over this wall and pick them really easily, or sweep top side out and do the same thing on the top side. So I actually did pick up a control ward, which is kind of acting as my sweeper right now. I think I realized I should have picked up a sweeper, but I make do with the control ward, and you can see what a big impact it has. I'm able to put it down here. I know they don't have vision of me, so I sit in this bush. Watch that again. I place the control ward here. No, she doesn't have vision, and then I see her walking along here, so I know it's a free kill. It's really easy for me to just land charm out of the bush, follow up with my QWR. Unfortunately, she does interrupt my third R dash with her ulti, so I have to flash to secure the kill, but it's still a good kill, still a good pick. Because they don't have Orianna there, we're actually able to get the dragon for free. They don't have Ori and they don't have her ulti, so it's hard for them to team fight. And so we get a free dragon off of me just securing vision in their jungle and then finding a free pick. The game starts to devolve into a bit of a fiesta where there's no reason for us to actually be sieging that tower because it's easy for them to clear it. Until you have Baron, it's hard to actually siege inhibitor towers. So kind of a fiesta. Here Tristana jumps on me and uses flash. They use a lot on me there. I'm able to get the 1 kill back, so it's not horrible. But yeah, it's full fiesta right now, but there are a couple examples I want to show of once I pick up the sweeper, how valuable it really is. It's just something that you should be doing on all assassins. I'd say by level 9, most times you want to pick up a sweeper, and it makes you so much better at your job as an assassin. Because if you're invading their jungle and trying to find picks, but you're sitting on their wards, then it's never going to work. So you have to know that they don't have vision. So here I have the sweeper, sweeping out their jungle. Me and Olaf are going together, and I swept all the way from river down here, up through this bush, all through here, and all the way up into this bush. We know that they don't have any vision of us here, and Nami face checks. I missed my charm, unlucky. We're able to win the fight, just because like Teemo's in a bad position here, and we did chunk out the Nami. We got a panic wave out of her, and the Nocturnal actually didn't do too much. So we got a fight on our terms just because we had the vision control there. It wasn't perfect because I missed charm, but it was a fight that was better for us than them, for sure. So we're doing Baron here. Poppy ults him away. I think we should have killed him there, but she ults him over the wall, and then he's able to blast cone in and actually steal Baron. Unfortunately, it's just solo queue. It's hard to communicate sometimes how to properly dance around the Baron, but it's really typically not a good idea to 50-50 like that. We knew their jungler was up, and he had the blast cone to come over, so I think we should have just turned on Nocturne when he walked around the corner up here. When he showed here, we should have turned on him and tried to kill them just to get rid of their smite. But here, you see I'm deep in their jungle again, sweeping out vision, looking for picks. This one didn't quite work out, but that's the right idea. And so 29 minutes, Baron's coming up. I've got my sweeper and a pink ward, and we know they're going to be looking to get vision. So I'm walking up here. I see Nami coming in, and I know I can look for some sort of pick. Teemo walks up here. I know they don't have vision in this bush or anywhere along here, so I know he doesn't see me. And I just dash over, land the charm. And then I see Nami over here as well. So I walk up and I find Nocturne face checking the bush. Again, I know he doesn't have vision because I swept all the way in here. I hit him with the W, charm, Q, drop the ignite to proc his GA. And so right there, I got a kill on their top laner, and then I proc the GA from the jungler. Just from using pink wards and sweepers, it's so strong to actually use these items efficiently on assassins. We even get the Nocturne kill. We probably should back out here because our ADC's not here and our support's not here and our jungler's doing dragon, but we keep going. And in the end, it's, you know, we win the fight because I was able to kill Nocturne and Teemo just because they didn't know where I was coming from. On Ahri, some of the really important points to take away: your lane phase isn't the strongest. Just focus on farming up till level 6 so you can have your ulti, and then you can either look to solo kill your laner, which I wasn't really looking to do this game since they have a Nocturne ult, which makes it really hard for me to ever attempt a one-on-one. Or once you have your ulti, you can look to roam around the map and make picks or plays in other lanes. So in this game, we took control of the bot side river. We looked bot for dives. I got one dive off, and then there was another fight in the river that we were able to win. And through that, we were able to gain some small advantages. And in the mid to late game, make sure you pick up a sweeper and make sure you're buying control wards and start using those to camp bushes and try and find picks from people face checking for vision, or just clearing waves near areas where they don't have vision. But yeah, thanks for watching.